All right, it's one thing to say that Elon Musk is rich or that he's the richest human being on the planet or the richest human being that ever got close to the planet, even in inflation-adjusted terms. Rockefeller, of course, goes back as sort of the iconic name as the richest inflation-adjusted business guys of all time. Elon Musk just eclipsed him. He's worth more than $40 billion. You kind of lose count after about $200 billion, but that is what he has gained literally over roughly the last year or so. His mom joins us right now. She's very accomplished in her own right, I might point out. She raised this guy, after all. She's one of the world's most successful models as well, a darn good author. A Woman Makes a Plan, her latest. Maye Musk, the mom of Elon Musk, kind enough to join us. Maye, good to have you back.
Hello, lovely to be back.
Did you see this when he was a kid, that someday he would be the world's richest human being?
Well, I think that wasn't his goal. His goal was just to do good things. And he saw so many opportunities where he could do good things. And fortunately, it's been appreciated now.
No doubt about that. And one of the things I love about you when I read the background, you kind of let your kids be your kids. I mean, you'd watch them carefully, but you wouldn't get in the way. That's a delicate balance for a parent. It's obviously paid off here and with your other fine offspring. But let me get your take on how your son has evolved a little bit, now close to Donald Trump. I know you have been close to Donald Trump. I see you popping up at Mar-a-Lago. What's going on there? What do you make of this relationship?
Well, first of all, I'm meeting many of the Trump family. Everyone is delightful, kind, sweet, generous, and interesting, and soft-spoken, which is interesting because, you know, as politicians, you can talk louder. And I met Melania. I'm looking forward to spending more time with her, too. And then I have her book. You know, I've got her book.
There you go. So your kindred model spirits there, too. So let me get, you know, there are a lot of people who are wondering, all right, Donald Trump is coming back. Your son is going to be a key advisor to him, working with Vivek Ramaswamy to even pair, you know, trillions in spending. A lot of other folks are saying, wait a minute. Elon is after something more than the country's good. He's going to try to rig this so anything he does will benefit his businesses. What do you think when you hear that stuff?
I think I've been hearing that from the legacy media, or what I call the dishonest media, for 15 years. So obviously nobody's listening, otherwise he wouldn't be doing this well.
So he has popped up, but early on in the campaign, I know there was a time where he and Donald Trump were not that close. It's not that they were arguing with each other. They just weren't on the same page. And at what point in the campaign, Maye, did you or your son recognize, all right, there's something here. There's something with Donald Trump that we have to pay attention to and should pay attention to?
Well, I don't know when Elon made the change, but I must say when the Twitter files came out and we found that the FBI was paying millions to Twitter to remove Republicans from this site, which we didn't realize was a Democratic site, I just didn't like the dishonesty. I don't want somebody to take my tax dollars and give it to Twitter to remove people who have a different opinion. And so it's a gradual change when you're a Democrat to become Republican. It's really hard, and I would encourage Democrats to take a chance, and they will be happier.
You know, growing up, I know you were pretty apolitical, as was your son, until really we only learned in the last couple of years the degree and the passion he had on political events, and not just on the right or left. Of course, the left loved him a little more than a few years ago with, you know, all of what he was doing with solar power, what he was doing with, you know, these EVs, that he leads the world by a country mile. So do you think that changed him, the experience of going, or appearing to go, from the left to the right, that just alienated him among, you can say the legacy media, you can say that, but that changed everything because he was a rock star with that side of the aisle.
Yes, but Biden in the White House just kept on either ignoring or investigating or suing Elon and his companies. And that made me very angry because he's just trying to do good and they're doing everything to put obstacles in his way. And I just don't know how. I mean, I was getting angry. I was so angry before the election. And now I just feel like the whole world has opened up for not only America, but definitely for the world. There's so much more happiness.
Well, I do like the way you take all this and the criticism in stride. You don't let it stick to you one way or the other. You might be surprised, May, that some viewers think I'm overweight, as if. But anyway, I'm curious how you handle the attention that you're getting now. Forget about your son, but you're the mom. You're very successful in your own right, and then some. But there's a lot of attention on him, by extension, you. That can cut both ways, can it?
Yes, you know, the weird thing is I get invited to many events and friends' parties and all that, and I say I don't want to go because the Democrats are so angry and malicious online. I think I blocked about 1,000 on Instagram.
Really?
I mean, but they had 0 followers, 0 posts. So I guess they were bots but they were very hateful.
So wait a minute, you deliberately,
and,
when you got this, you just said, I'm cutting you off. I'm not even going to let any of your stuff get to me.
Oh, no, yeah, no, I'm not going to let. We're winners. You know, we are winning. We have won, and so I can't let angry, malicious people upset me.
So you don't even give them the chance. They're blocked in your world, right?
Yes, but when I go to social functions, I find everybody is so friendly and happy. And I'm saying, what went wrong? I think there were many Democrats that were secretly voting for Trump.
Well, maybe they're secretly psyched to see you. You're an iconic global figure. You're recognized all over the world. So maybe they're just like in awe of you. Yeah,
well, everything's working well for me. I'm giving talks and modeling all around the world. And I'm only 76, so I have a lot ahead for me.
Absolutely. Well, I get that, too. The fame thing, it's like people just, want me to pay for their meals at Olive Garden or whatever. But let me step back, May, and get your sense of where you think the world goes right now, because we've been at each other's throats on the left and the right. And there's a fear that Donald Trump comes to power and he remembers all of these things that you clearly remember, and all the slights and all the agitation and all the, the weaponization stuff, that there's a fear he is going to return the favor in spades and be on a retribution tour. What do you think of that when you hear that?
I think Trump just wants everything to be honest and open so that you know where your tax dollars are going. He's not going to be mean to people. I mean, when I see him, he just seems happy that he can make changes that will improve the life of Americans, and also connecting with the rest of the world, which I think is wonderful. And I think we're all going to be happier.
Your son is at Mar-a-Lago a lot. I don't know whether he's got his own place there now or whether he stays late and, orders pay-per-view in the president's place there or stays too long. But what do you make of that? He seems to be with him all the time.
They do get along well. And, the funny thing is at the Thanksgiving dinner, Barron and Elon were talking planets. He's 18 years old. They were discussing all the different planets and why Mars is the best place to start a new civilization. And I was very impressed with him, too. So I think Trump just likes someone he can completely trust who doesn't have any alternative motives.
Sure. Well, it's always an honor to have you, May. Maye Musk, the mother of Elon Musk, but sometimes that's not fair to say she's the mom of Elon Musk. Very successful, one of the world's most successful models of any age. The book, A Woman Makes a Plan. She, like Melania Trump, connecting with a book that became a runaway bestseller, as is Melania's right now.